Hey, I think your boy just found himself a new mastering plugin. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Bolo!
All right, first things first, they did send me this plugin, but they did not tell me what I could and could not say about the plugin. So the views expressed in this video are solely mine. But this thing is dope though. So the plugin is called Master Plan, and it was developed by a plugin developer and a composer by the name of Samuel Fishman and by a mixing engineer by the name of Stan Green. Now, I actually know of Stan. We've had conversations before via, like the internet and stuff like that. And Stan has actually mixed one of my records that I worked on a few years back. Now, if you don't know Stan, he mixed some very big records like OT Genesis' biggest record, Coco, and he mixed for Rihanna and Big Sean and for Jaden Smith as well, and a whole bunch of other major artists as well. One thing I can say is he is a very dope mixing engineer, like very dope. So they came up with this plugin, and I'm gonna tell you guys right now, it is very simple, very easy to use. And right now you can actually get it on sale. They have a sale going on. If you're trying to get it for a year, it's only $50. If you want to get it for a lifetime, it's only $125. And if you want to check this plugin out for 10 days, it is completely free. I like that. FREE, free. I use a lot of stuff like FabFilter stuff, but one thing I like about this plugin, it is very simple. It has everything in it that you need to master a track, and it just has some stuff going on in it that just makes it sound good. Even when you turn this thing up and add all the effects on it, I don't know what they did, but this thing sounds very good. So let's head over to FL Studio. I made a dope beat on my Twitch live, and I actually used the master plan on that video, but I'm gonna show you guys again how I used it, and I'm gonna show you guys how dope it is. All right, so we're in FL Studio right now. I have the beat that I made the other night. It has no mastering or nothing on it, and this is how it sounds. I like how that one turned out for real. Now let's go ahead and add the master plan to this. So I already have it right here, but it is not turned on at the moment. Let me go ahead and just loop this one part right here. I want to get the highest part of the beat, and yeah, let's go ahead and loop that, and then let's just see where our levels are at right now. So it's pretty high, but it's not hitting zero, so there's nothing peaking or nothing right now. So let's go ahead and open up master plan, and as you guys can see, this is it. This is pretty much it, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this plugin packs a very powerful punch. Okay, first thing they have up here is they have the knobs up here. You have your input stuff right here, and then you have your output ceiling right here. It's already set for you, so you're already done. They have a bypass, and they have a unity button right here, which this is a dope way to see how your masters sound without it being loud, because a lot of times people think stuff is mastered because it is louder, and that's not the case. So a lot of times when I do my mastering, I turn this unity button on, and I'm gonna show you guys how that works in a second. Now we have a low right here. You can either cut the lows out or you can actually boost them. Same thing with the highs. You have a thick right here, which adds saturation to the mix, so you can kind of thicken things up with some saturation. You have a clean, which just takes out that mid-range kind of muddiness that's inside of your track or whatever out, and you can turn this on and you can actually add a certain percentage on there. Same thing with the thick. You can add a percentage on there from max and you can just bring it down from there. And then you have a multi, which is a multi-band compression type of a situation going on. Then they have a calm. Now this is one of the things that is actually dope because it actually takes that high-end harshness out, okay? And then it has a 2x button on there where it takes out a little bit more if needed. And then they have a tape, so you can go on in here and you can make this thing sound like some tape, you know, saturation and stuff like that on here as well. Another good thing that they have on here that I think is dope is if you're trying to hear it in maybe a different type of a format, you can actually, you know, dim this down. You can hear it in mono, you can hear it in the band mode, hear like in the phone mode or the N10 mode, which is like an NS10 speaker. So it kind of can make your speaker sound like an NS10. So you can kind of, you know, you can kind of really dial into that mid range a little bit and make sure that that's sounding good, because like they say, if it sounds good on NS10s, it probably sounds good everywhere. So that's pretty much it. And then they come with some presets in here as well. You know, they have some presets. I don't use the presets at all. I just use what's on here and I use my ears. Now, another thing that I like is they have LUFS right here. So if you guys are not familiar with LUFS, they basically tell you how loud it is. Okay, so they have a short-term LUFS and they have a long-term LUFS. So this right here is short-term. It's like what's going on right now. And this one is pretty much long-term. It lets you know pretty much on average how loud the track is. And pretty much when you're around -9, that's where you know that you're loud. Anything pretty much lower than -9, like -8, -7, you know you're very loud. -9 is pretty much like my sweet spot when it comes to this. So if you have this turned on and you start hearing some distortion and stuff like that before that, you can go ahead and go into the mix and kind of change that stuff up to try to get it to that around that -10, -9 bar park. So you'll know that everything is kind of working pretty good. All right, so we got the master plan engaged right now. And the first thing I'm going to do is turn on this unity gain. I'm going to show you how this thing works. Now, when I turn this knob up, you're going to start hearing it distort, but you're not going to hear it any louder. That way, when you're mastering, you can hear the changes inside of the actual master without it getting louder, because people think that just because it's loud that it's mastered. That's not it. So this is a way you can hear your changes without having the loudness distort your way of thinking that it's mastered, basically. So let me show you how this thing works. I'm going to pull this up and you're going to hear the distortion in a second. So there it is. You actually heard like the distortion and stuff when I turned it up too loud, but the actual volume did not get louder, because you can actually hear the changes without that volume distorting what you're hearing. Okay, so I'm going to turn that unity gain back on, and then I'm going to add a few things that I think is going to be needed, and I'm going to show you guys how dope this is. So I'm going to reset the LUFS and everything, and then we're going to go from there. Now, as you guys see, I added a little bit of highs to it, not much. As you guys can see, this only goes to +8, because if you add too much highs to your master, something is wrong. If you add too much bass in your master, something is wrong. Mastering is only just for small moves, unless you got to turn stuff up and down, and that's pretty much it. Well, really turn stuff up, because it shouldn't be too loud. But as you guys can see, I added a little width to it. in here as well, which I forgot to mention. They have a thing where you can widen out the mix just a little bit. And I added a little bit of saturation, cleaned up the mids a little bit, and I basically calmed the highs a little bit. And I turned it up, and it sounds pretty decent to me. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the Unity off once you guys hear it in a bit. So I'm going to leave the Unity on, and I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to show you guys how this thing sounds now. That's dope. That is dope. I'm telling you guys, Master Plan is dope. If you don't have it, at least try it out. The 10 days are free, but at least try it out. All right, so there it is, Master Plan. Very simple, very easy, very dope, and it's on sale right now. So if you want to get it, go ahead and click that link in the description, and you can go ahead and get Master Plan today, or try it out and see if you like it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something from it. And like I always say, peace out.